Okay, here I'm going to talk about my settings I used for the Creality Ender 3 KE, Kangaroo Edward. Also works for the SE, Sam Edward. And here you see two leather eyes for Deadpool. It is on a 200 by 200 by 220 by 220, I'm sorry. And I'm going to go through each of these settings, hopefully briefly. So I already sliced it. So let's go to the print settings. Okay, first we have layers and perimeters. I'll get to the TPU, to speed the 6.6 nozzle, which really isn't 0.6, it's actually 0.4. But here we go. This is directly from the YouTube video that I watched. Here, I'll just kindly scroll down so you can take notes as you go. And I'm using Prusa 2.8.0. Okay, next would be infill. Okay, next is skirt and brim, which is the tricky run. I guess this is the tricky one. I chose an outer brim only. I'm not sure why I did that, but I just followed the YouTube video. So next we're going to go to support material. Okay, you want a 45-degree overhang. I put 3 raft. You always want to have a raft. I always do 3 layers. I think that's what the video said too. There's the snug they talk about and the rectangular, and then the detachable part. I found it a little bit hard to detach the excess material with 0.2, but that's something I'm going to work on in the future. I think the lower it goes, the easier it is. But don't mind me, just use the 0.2 for now. Pattern spacing, I used 5mm as opposed to what he used because it was just taking up too much filament. But again, use what he used. And so that's that. So now let's go to speed. This is where he does like an override. So somewhere in here is the max speed. I have 170, infill at 200. I think that's an override. Support, I think I sped up to 400 just to help the print faster. There's the overhang speed, non-print moves, modifiers and acceleration and bridge. So next, we don't have multiple extruders. Advanced. Here we go, extruding. So here he goes. So I had a 0.4 extrusion width, and here he says to change to 0.8. So you always want to double, because you're only doing one circumference around. The outer shell and the inner shell will be 0.8. Everything else is infill. So as I go down, the slicing. Output options, I don't think that was, no, that has nothing to do with it. Notes, nothing there. Dependencies, nothing there. Now I'll go into the filaments that I use. So